Hare Krishna. After writing down all the Vedic literatures like the 4 Vedas, the Upanishads, the Puranas, Mahabharata and everything, Vedavyasa was very depressed and despondent. And he was very surprised. Why? I have only done a good work for the welfare of the whole world. Whatever was heard in the line of disciplic succession for millions of years, which was only coming through sound vibration, I have put them all in writing now, so that all the Kali Yuga Vasis can benefit. But still I am not satisfied, I am frustrated. Where did I go wrong? So when he was sitting in the bank of a holy river outside his cottage and thinking about it, one thought arose in his mind. He himself said, Priya Paramahamsanam Tayevahi Achyuta Priyaha. There is one subject matter which is very dear to the heart of the devotees, which is Bhagavad Yashaha, Amalam. He says that the Lord's glories are spotless and unadulterated. Probably I have not glorified it fully. Like that thought arose in his mind. Later on, when his spiritual master Narada arrived there, Narada told him the same thing. So Narada used 2 words. He said, Anuvarnitaha, Anukirtitaha. He says that although you have told about Krishna here and there in the scriptures, that is not sufficient to quench the thirst of the living entity who wants oceanic amount of water to quench his spiritual thirst. So he said the Lord's Kirti should be repeatedly glorified. The glory should be glorified and it should be explained in the scriptures thoroughly. And you have diverted your attention to glorifying many of the mundane sattvic values, like in Mahabharata he is talking about charity of Karna, he is talking about Nala Damayanti's piety and things like that. You have diverted your attention to so many other mundane subject matters and you have not sufficiently glorified Krishna. Although in one corner there is Draupadi taking shelter of Krishna, and another corner there is Bhagavad Gita spoken in Mahabharata, but it is like mixing a hing dabba in an ocean. That hing is not going to have any effect. You should exclusively explain about Krishna in a literature and also glorify him. And therefore Narada ordered him to write the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is fully glories of Krishna. And Vedavyasa wrote it and he became joyful after that. So in the Bhagavatam you will find one of the very important episodes is Rukmini Mangalam, marriage of Rukmini. So when Rukmini wrote a letter to Krishna, when her elder brother was forcing her to marry Shishupal, that time she wrote a letter. The first verse was this: Shrutva gunan bhuvana sundar shunvatam te nirvishya karna vivarair haratonga tapam rupam drisham drishimatam akhilartha labham tvayachyuta vishati chittama patrapam me. She's writing in the letter that I am forced to write this letter to you directly and I am sending it through a Brahmana to you. So you may say that who is this girl writing to me? You may wonder so confidently, how does she know about me? Has she ever seen me? The answer she says is no, I have never seen you eye to eye, but I only heard about you. Shrutva. What did you hear about me? Gunan, I heard about your qualities. That you are the most beautiful, most glorious in this universe and in millions of universes. And anyone who hears about your Katha, Krishna Katha, it enters the ears, all the thirst of the senses will become quenched, the hunger, and they will become so joyful, nothing else of this world will satisfy them. Any eye which has seen the beauty of Radha and Krishna will not want to see any other beauty. Any ears which have heard the glories of the divine couple Radha and Krishna will not want to hear the glories of any other false hero or heroine. Any mouth which has eaten prasad will not want to eat any other food other than prasadam. Any Anyone who has smelled the flower offered to Lord with the nose will not want to smell anything else in this world. And anyone who has practiced the path of devotional service will not want to become a follower of some politician or follower of some cinema actor or actress or sports star or something like that. She said, anyone who has eyes in this world, their eyes are only meant for seeing your beauty. Like that she said. So here you find Rukmini in the court of Bhishmaka Raja, daughter of Bhishmaka Raja. She heard about Krishna's qualities, pastimes, activities from Narada, and she awakened her love for Krishna. And that is the nature of hearing about Krishna. Everybody in this world, every jiva has a tendency to hear about some hero, heroine and to glorify them. That kind, you will always see that somebody is lifting a board and proclaiming the glories of some political party. Or sometimes you find some sports star is being garlanded and adored and for winning the match for India. Because it is in our nature that you have to have a hero or heroine and you have to praise them and you have to become their follower, and in that following you derive some joy. But all the heroines of this world are perishable heroes and heroines. They will be finished. Therefore, when ultimately one comes to the divine couple, Sita Ram, Lakshmi Narayan, Radha Krishna, accepting them as the supreme mother and father, then that jiva has attained the ultimate shelter, eternal shelter, imperishable shelter. And this is what Narada told to Vedavyas. You have to offer that supreme shelter, because if somebody connects with Krishna, then that Krishna will never die, we will never die, and the Sambandha will never die also. So, in this way, help the jivas to hear about the divine couple. Let them hear about Krishna's pastimes, and the literature, Bhagavatam, is full of such glories. So, after we hear about him, naturally the next thing we do is to praise him, adore him, cherish him. So, in all the Bhakti literature, you will find the Lord is adored by dancing, clapping hands, loudly singing, and remembering his nature, qualities, pastimes, activities. And also he is prayed to by sitting down and chanting the Nama Japam. Japa means speaking softly, and Kirtana actually means proclaiming the glories loudly, or speaking his glories, or singing the holy name loudly. So all this, the Navavidha Bhakti is practiced in relation to him, and that alone can satisfy the jivas completely. Nothing else can satisfy. Once the jiva is connected to this platform, a spiritual platform, then all his material lust, anger, greed, pride, envy, illusion, which are like darkness, will be driven out of his heart. Then the jiva will become happily situated, and just like a child is put back in mother's lap, like that the jiva will become very peaceful and happy. And then Vedavyas precisely did that. He wrote the Srimad Bhagavatam based on all the histories of this universe which happened in different manvantras. All the pastimes of Krishna he collected and put them all together in one place in the Srimad Bhagavatam. And now that Bhagavatam in conclusion explains these two very important activities to be done by every jiva, which Narada tells in conclusion to Vedavyas. Etadatura chittanam matra sparshe chayamuhu bhavasindhu plavo drashto haricharyanu varnanam. Dear Vyasa, the chanting of the holy name and hearing of the holy fame is like the safest boat for the jiva to board, to cross over this ocean of samsara and reach the shores of the spiritual world very safely, he said. Harinam Prabhu ki, Sri Prabhupada Transcendental Book Uttaran Program ki. Let's offer our humble obeisances and to all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord who are just like desert trees or ocean of mercy, full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti vaishnava vrinda ki, Vaishnava Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki, Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki.